is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute. Live from beautiful Oriole Park, opening day baseball on the show. It's the Minnesota Twins taking on the Baltimore Orioles. With my partner Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. So the Baltimore Orioles were not in the postseason last year, but they've made some key additions, and they're among the league favorites now. There's a real hunger around this team, Chris, and with the fan base, they really think they've got a shot to make some noise this year.
They do, Boog, and I don't think that's unrealistic. They made some nice moves in the offseason, tried to build up their roster, and now they look primed for a big year. Of course, that's not a guarantee of success. We've seen teams go on big spending sprees in the offseason in the past and just not back it up once the games start, but they look like a real contender to me.
First pitch coming your way next. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Trevor Rogers. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those.
Ground ball right side. Oh, what a stop. To his knee, the throw. Couldn't quite make the throw from his knees as that pulls him off the bag. Jackson Holliday getting ready. Hit.
The second baseman, number 7, Jackson Holliday.
Ryan making his first start of the year. And he was selected to the All-Star game last year. Line drive, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
All over that one right there. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive in the center field.
Now the number 2 hitter, Gunnar Henderson. And the 1-0. Runner on the go.
That's a ball.
Pitch is high. Throw to second. Out.
Usually when you see a team try to steal a base in the early innings, it tells you they want to be aggressive on offense. Try to force the defense to make plays and slow them down. That's exactly what they did right there. So we'll see if that caught stealing changes the offensive approach.
Toss to Alonso. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
Batting 6, the second baseman, Luke Keeschel.
So back to the top of the Orioles lineup. Jackson Holliday digs in now. 1 for 1. He led off the bottom of the first with a single. Lined, and that's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he can handle. Challenged him with the fastball right in the heart of the zone, and he was clearly ready to jump all over it.
Now it's the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson.
Not a surprise he's off to a good start in this one, given he enjoys playing so much at home. Let's see if he can make it 2 for 2.
Now the 0-1. Runner on the move. In the dirt. And there's no throw. He's in there at second with a stolen base. Man at second. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Base hit left field. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with one out.
Definitely found a perfect spot. Those can be hard sometimes. We talked about in left field, you're kind of anticipating cheating in for a ball. Hit something like that you can rob a little soft flare in front of you, but perfectly placed, so you reward the hitter with it.
And a payoff pitch. Swings and lines a base hit into left field. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
One down. Here's the second baseman, Jackson Holliday. He's 2 for 2.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Fouled off. He was late.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus. But they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
The Orioles down by a pair here on opening day. Way inside, and that hit him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. So up next, Gunnar Henderson. Man at first, one away. Runner takes off on the ground, right side. On to Urshela. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. The 0-2. That one lifted to left. Clemens under it. And that ends the inning. One left for the Orioles. 2 outs, runner at first. Here's Royce Lewis. Swing and a ground ball. Oh, he gloves it. And that's a base hit despite a great defensive effort.
The batter number 50, second baseman, Luke Keyshaw.
On to the bottom of the 8th. Here's the Orioles leadoff hitter, Jackson Holliday. The Orioles in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at bat out of him right here.
Outside low, and that's ball 1. This one in the air, center field. Buxton under it. Brings it in. 1 down.
The batter, number 2.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Jordan Westburg, the next to hit for the Orioles. Man on second, 2 down. That's out to center field. Buxton has a beat on it, and that'll wrap it up. The Twins collect their first win of the season.
Sometimes road trips can be tough.
The crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute. And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Los Angeles Angels taking on the Houston Astros. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. So the Houston Astros were not in the postseason last year, but they've made some key additions, and they're among the league favorites now. There's a real hunger around this team, Chris, and with the fan base, they really think they've got a shot to make some noise this year.
They do, Boog, and I don't think that's unrealistic. They made some nice moves.
And towing the mound for Houston in this one, Hunter Brown.
Third,
so two down. Here is Yohan Moncada. Swings here and blasts one left field. And that one is off the top of the wall. The throw into second. There's the tag. They get him. And that's the inning.
Batter tried to stretch that one into a double, but he wasn't about to let that happen. Nice job to get to the ball and fire that one into second just in time to get the out.
So a man at first. Now it's Yordan Alvarez.
Yordan Alvarez.
Ball. Alvarez, 28 years old, and he was born in Cuba. In the dirt, but kept close. Throws to second. Tag safe at second. And good hustle to move up. That's a wild pitch.
Definitely trying to work down and get that double play ball, but it got away enough to erase any chance of that. Good job of moving up into scoring position. Now a hit could make that wild pitch really sting.
Man at second.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
Fouls one off. 2-2. Got him swinging.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. He got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff, there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
Hard liner. And that's got extra bases written all over it.
He went up there and got it. With 2 strikes, I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where he could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there, coming back in that at bat.
That one to first. One at second. To first. Double play. Nicely done.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
Alvarez.
Alvarez now at the plate as he swings through strike one.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge, just changing planes and very difficult.
And that one hammered out of here. A home run off the foul pole. Yordan Alvarez circles the bases. His first homer of the year, and they cut into the deficit. It's 4-1. And Singy, he just loves hitting against this guy, doesn't he?
It's like he's been facing him his entire life. Looks so comfortable in the box against him. Well, he really crushed that thing down the line, and everyone had to hold their breath until he clanked off the pole. And every time that happens, it just kind of feels like a trick shot or something. But really, it's just a stroke of luck that it stays fair long enough.
And that one fouled off. Looking to get the tying run on base. Got him swinging for the strikeout. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
High fly ball down the left field line. Carrying well. Brings it back on a leaping catch. Wow, what a play.
Wow, I'll tell you, things start feeling pretty dicey when you're tracking one into the corner like that. So I love the effort to leave his feet to make an awesome leaping catch. Timed it just right and held on for the out. Definitely a highlight reel play.
So 2 down. Here's Yordan Alvarez. He's already homered in this game. Pomeranz looking for his first save of the year. Tapped in front of the plate. Throw to first in time, and this one is over. And the Angels collect their first win of the season.
Well, his first save of the season is in the books, and that was a nice job of him coming in the game and closing it out. He's off and running now.
4-3 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long. From the home of the Mariners since 1999, T-Mobile Park here in Seattle. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Cleveland Guardians taking on the Seattle Mariners. With my partner Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. So the Seattle Mariners, with major expectations, they're among the favorites this season. Chris, they'd love to build on that postseason appearance from last year. Do you think it can be a springboard for them?
I do, Boog, because these guys have already got the building blocks in place, and you make the postseason, you know you've got a shot at the title. So the experience will definitely help them this time around. But it's a long season, and they're going to have to do the little things right and stay consistently on top of their game. And that's the best way to take home the Commissioner's Trophy, in my opinion.
And getting to start, Bryan Woo. Chris, a sub-3 ERA for him a year ago.
Well, when your numbers are coming in under 3 as a starting pitcher that's going out there every 4th or 5th day, taking the ball, competing against really good big league hitters, it's extremely impressive. And you wonder what he figured out last year that he can carry into this season that can help him to maintain that number or even drop it lower. We'll see, but we know he's got good stuff, and he should be really good in this one today.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Here comes the runner. He scores and they have the lead. Now the tag at second, and he's out, trying for two.
It definitely hurts to fall behind, but that was a smart play right there. Getting the out after cutting off the throw. Still time to get even in this one.
One down, runner at first. And now for Seattle, Josh Naylor. Tap foul at the plate. Bybee. Not a big strikeout guy, but still very effective as far as starting pitchers go. One of those guys that involves the defense and really gets them involved in the action. That one way inside. Ground ball right side. Manzardo toss to second. What a double play that was. Inning over. No runs, no hits, no errors. We'll head to inning number 2 at T-Mobile Park. It's the Guardians 5 and the Mariners nothing. So 2 down. Josh Naylor up next for the Mariners. He's 0 for 1.
Naylor.
Check swing went around. Strike one. This one in the air, center field. DeLauder in position, and that is that. 2 homers in the inning lead to 3 runs. 3 innings complete. It's the Guardians 6 and the Mariners 3. Bottom of the 6th, and stepping in for the Mariners, Josh Naylor.
Naylor.
Now a high fly ball out to left center. DeLauder on his way over, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. One pitch and 1 out.
Mariners, the right fielder, number 8.
So 2 down. Here's Josh Naylor. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. This one in the air, center field. DeLauder under it. And that's the inning. Nothing doing for the offense that time. 9th inning coming up. It's the Guardians 7 and the M's 4. Now it's Randy Arozarena. That one hit to right. Jones gets there. He's under it. And that'll do it. The Guardians collect their first win of the season.
Well, I'd say we got treated to a good one. Gotta love a game when you get 13 runs on the board. A lot of offense, but it doesn't end in a blowout. Tons of really good at-bats to look back on in this one.
1-run game here today. Your final score, 7-6. Opening day festivities wrapping up, and we'll be back to get this season started right after this. Welcome from the home of the Mets, Citi Field in Queens, New York. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates going up against the New York Mets. Along with Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. So the New York Mets were not in the postseason last year, but they've made some key additions, and they're among the league favorites now. There's a real hunger around this team, Chris, and with the fan base, they really think they've got a shot to make some noise this year.
They do, Boog, and I don't think that's unrealistic. They made some nice moves in the offseason, tried to build up their roster, and now they look primed for a big year. Of course, that's not a guarantee of success. We've seen teams go on big spending sprees in the offseason in the past and just not back it up once the games start, but they look like a real contender to me.
And now,
first pitch coming your way next.
New York Mets.
So 2 down, and next for New York, Mark Vientos. That one fouled off. Vientos handling the duties at first. He made his big league debut when he was 22 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2017.
Good fastball going early until they show they can make some good contact. You keep on throwing the pitch.
And there's a ball. Struck him out swinging. The high heat too much. So runner at second, 2 down. Nick Gonzalez, the next Pirate to hit. Man at second. And that's a base hit. Flying around third is Cruz. He will score, and they take the lead. Now the tag at second, and he's out. And now it's Mark Vientos. Struck out swinging his first time.
Vientos.
And that one fouled off.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Runners at first and second with one gone here on opening day. Can't make contact with the sweeper.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about.
There's one. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. One down. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Mark Vientos. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Swing and a miss. 99. How do you do?
Boom. That's cheddar, baby.
Strike 2.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
In the air, left side. Horwitz on the move. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. So 2 down. Mark Vientos up now for the Mets. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Swings through that one for strike 1.
No signs of wavering on the mound here in the 8th. He's looking rock solid so far.
Looking to get the tying run on base. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So the tying run reaches with 2 away.
When you go 0 for 5, 0 for 7, 0 for 8, it seems like an eternity, especially to start the season, because that's the one thing. Players want to get that first one out of the way so that they feel like, all right, I'm going to avoid this prolonged 0 for to start the season and get into a slump.
The lefty, the 1-0. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. And he's out at first. He can't get back. So 2 down. Next to hit, Marcus Semien. This one in the air. Bart settles under this one. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Pirates collect their first win of the season.
Well, this one was all about the pitching and defense. Outstanding job of the pitchers, really attacking hitters, trusting what the catcher was putting down, and trusting the players standing behind him to make the plays defensively. Sometimes you want to see a high-scoring game, but sometimes you can appreciate the artistic beauty of what these pitchers did on the mound today.
The crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute. Here in Philadelphia, Citizens Bank Park, opening day baseball on the show. It's the Texas Rangers taking on, and on the mound for Philadelphia in this one, Zach Wheeler. What do we need to know here?
Comes into this start sporting a lifetime ERA just over 3. He's been pretty great for most of his big league career. Can't wait to watch him in this one.
Fouled off. He was late. First and second, 2 down here on opening day. Out to short, and that will end the inning. We move on to inning number 2 here in Philadelphia. No score. Bottom 4, so digging in now for Philadelphia, JT Realmuto. Realmuto in his 12th season, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and he was a 3rd-round pick back in 2010. The 1-2. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes.
The batter, number 5.
Jock Peterson, the next to hit.
The designated hitter, Jock Peterson.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. 1 away.
Up next for the Rangers, the left fielder.
1 down. And now the catcher comes up to hit. JT Realmuto.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
That's a strike. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7. Go ahead, run on base. Now it's Jansen to hit.
Going pretty good speed over there at first base. I think the pitcher's got to slow everything down. Hold the ball a little bit, step off, just try to break the rhythm and timing of a potential base stealer.
Rudder takes off. No throw, safe at second.
Now a good opportunity to potentially jump ahead in this game here in the later innings.
Here's JT Realmuto.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Oh, 1 down. High fly ball out to left field. And that is that. So a job well done from the Rangers bullpen that time. 9th inning. Here's the left fielder, Otto Kemp. Man on second, 2 down. Swing and a pop-up. And that'll do it. Ball game. The Rangers collect their first win of the season. A 4-0 shutout in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long. The crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute. Here at the friendly confines, Wrigley Field. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Washington Nationals and the Chicago Cubs. Boog Shambi alongside Chris Singleton. So the Chicago Cubs, with major expectations, they're among the favorites this season. Chris, they'd love to build on that postseason appearance from last year. Do you think it can be a springboard for them?
I do, Boog, because these guys have already got the building blocks in place, and you make the postseason, you know you've got a shot at the title. So the experience will definitely help them this time around. But it's a long season, and they're going to have to do the little things right and stay consistently on top of their game. And that's the best way to take home the Commissioner's Trophy, in my opinion.
And now,
first pitch coming your way next.
Chicago Cubs.
And on the hill for the Cubs, Justin Steele. How about a scouting report on him?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone?
Ground ball right side. Oh, great grab on the dive. From his knees, the throw. On the money, nice play.
No, that is such a tough play, but they make it look easy. They slow the game down. That diving stop right there, it's only part of the equation. Then you got to collect yourself, get up, make a good throw, and you got to get it there in time. That's the toughest part, especially when it's got to be on the money.
One down. There's Nico Horner. Michaelis, a guy that really fills up the strike zone, rarely walks people. The downside is the home run ball more likely in play. That one way inside. One out, bases empty, and a run in here on opening day. That one finds the zone. That's strike one.
Well, pitchers like this usually work down in the zone a lot, but these days, with all the uppercut swings most hitters are taking to elevate the ball, pitchers almost have to be effective up in the zone with hard stuff. So maybe that's one area he can improve in his game to try to combat that long ball.
The catcher, Carson Kelly.
And now it's Luis Garcia.
Designated hitter, Luis Garcia.
On the ground, right side. Horner over to first. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Nationals, the catcher, Tabor Ruiz.
So runner at second,
number
2 down.
two.
So here's
Second
Horner
baseman,
now.
Nico.
0 for 1 with a fly out to center.
Horner.
Runner at second, 2 down. Here on opening day.
Ball, that's upstairs.
Pretty
Oh,
easy to
that's
give
out.
up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
That
That's
misses,
ball
and the count is 3-1. Man at second. And that is the inning. Cubs leave 1, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Next to hit for
Up
the
next
Nats,
Nationals,
Brady
the third
House.
baseman, Brady House.
0-2 now. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, he gloves it. Throws from his knees. And he gets him. Nicely done.
Look at how he dives right there. Is able to pop up to both knees. Not enough time to get to his feet, but he threw a cannon across the diamond to get the runner.
Welcome back. Here's a
Leading
look
off
at this
for
team's
the Cubs,
early season
the second
projection.
baseman, Nico Horner.
Horner up for the 3rd time here. Watches that one miss. Out towards right center field. Lyle should have this one. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Cubs.
1 down.
Up next for
And now the first baseman, Andres Chaparro.
Chaparro.
Here's the 0-2. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Around first and hustling for second. And he's into second base with 1 away as the go-ahead run.
When you go 0 for 5, 0
Up
for
next
7,
for
0 for 8,
the third
it seems
baseman,
like an eternity, especially to start the season, because
The
that's the
batter,
one
number
thing.
2,
Players want to get that
second
first one out of the way
baseman,
so that they feel like, all right, I'm going to avoid this prolonged over to start the season and get into a slump.
And that one fouled off. The 0-1. And fouled off.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count. Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
This one in the air, center field. And there's 1 away.
Up next for the Cubs, the catcher, Carson Kelly.
And now the batter is Carson Kelly. That one is absolutely belted. And that gets down in the corner. Heading for the plate. In comes the winning run, and the Cubs walk it off and win it 3-2.
Well, it's always great when you've got pretty good speed over there at first base. Somebody that can score all the way around the bases. What a tremendous swing and execution by both the batter and the base runner for this walk-off win.
The final score. So the Cubs celebrate at the plate. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon. Opening day festivities wrapping up, and we'll be back to get this season started right after. Glad you're here at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, home of the Reds since 2003. Opening day baseball on. Back here in Cincinnati. Now it's the Reds DH, Sal Stewart.
Well, this guy had a bunch of wins last year, and I'll tell you what, as a position player, when you've got a pitcher that's going to go out there, take the ball, and put you in a position to win, for whatever reasons, you're relaxed, you enjoy playing behind him, but you also are able to score for a guy like that, and that's who he was for his team last year, and I'm sure they're hoping they get more of the same this season.
So 2 down, next to hit, Sal Stewart. Grounded out his first time. And that one clips the corner. The Reds yet to pick up a hit here. And that is cut on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes.
Well, this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
Out towards right center field. Abreu on the move. That is the inning. He's through 5 without allowing a hit. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Next is the designated hitter, Sal Stewart.
The designated hitter, Sal Stewart.
In the air, left field, and it falls. And that keeps the inning going.
Good job. Way to get hit. Way to get hit.
That's a ball that a lot of times you'll see the shortstop or left fielder be able to get to if it hangs up in the air long enough. But right there, it just died and found a way to drop in on the green stuff, the base hit.
High fly ball, right field. Abreu under it. And that is that. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. 8th inning coming up. It's the Red Sox 5 and the Reds 1. Here in the bottom of the 9th, 1 out. Sal Stewart, the next to hit for the Reds. 1 for 3. This one in the air, right field. Abreu on the move towards the line. Fielding for the wall. Makes the catch and foul ground.
The first baseman, number 7, Spencer.
It's always nice to grab the opener of a series. You come into a new ballpark and just sometimes things aren't as comfortable as what you've been used to. The mound doesn't look straight. The background isn't what you like, but they didn't let any of those things distract them. In fact, they looked like they were playing a home game. Excellent job to set the tone for this series.
And your final score, 5-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon. Opening day festivities wrapping up, and we'll be back to get this season started right after this. Here in Milwaukee, opening day baseball on the show. It's the Chicago White Sox and the Milwaukee Brewers. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. So the Milwaukee, and taking the ball for Milwaukee, Brandon Woodruff.
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
That's a strike, and the count is 0-2. The shortstop takes the ball. Look out! Perfect. And it hit him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. First and second, one out. David Hamilton up now for the Brewers. Runners at first and second with one gone here on opening day. Hit on the ground to short. Montgomery tossed to second. Over to first, safe.
Number 2.
Andrew Benintendi up to the plate.
The designated hitter, Andrew Benintendi.
Here's a 2-2. Bounced, and that got the pitcher to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe. Catcher coming out to check on him. It looked like it got him on his back leg. So you'll wonder if that might be a problem for him in terms of pushing off the rubber.
Yeah, it's a great point, and we'll have to see how he looks. But to me, it appears he's moving pretty well. I think it's just going to sting for a while, but hopefully nothing more.
Ortiz swings through it for strike one. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. One runs in. A second scores as well, and they lead by 2.
Well, he had the opportunity to drive in some runs, and he comes through to break the tie. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
First and second, 2 outs. David Hamilton up now for the Brewers. Up the middle, makes the sliding stop to first, and save. He busted it down the line for that infield single.
That's why you run hard 90 feet. Take nothing for granted, especially when you've got great speed. I'll take the infield knock.
Back to the top of the Milwaukee order. This is Bryce Terang. Bases loaded, 2 down here on opening day. That one lifted to left. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. But 2 runs for them, and they jump ahead. On to inning number 4. It's the Brewers 3 and the White Sox. Next to hit,
The
Chase
batter, number 10,
Mydroff.
second baseman, Chase Mydroff.
Swing and a ground ball. The underhand flip, nicely done for the out. So 2 outs, runner at first.
Number 3.
And now,
Shortstop,
Joey Ortiz.
Ortiz.
Check swing on the first pitch. Appeal down to first. No swing. He held up. Clyde Washington with the call there. Runner takes off on the ground out to short. Tosses to first. Inning over on the ground out. Took just 2 pitches to finish the frame out of the bullpen. On to the top of the 5th we go. It's the Brewers 6 and the White Sox 1. Welcome back. Here's a look at this team's early season projection. Ortiz, the leadoff batter, as he swings through it for strike 1.
Well, these Brewers doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. The numbers say their chase rate, or swings at pitches outside the zone, is under 25%, and I think it's a big reason why they're scoring runs.
In plenty of time to first, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Like I said, his pitch count.
Now it's the White Sox catcher, Kyle Teal. This could end it. Into center. And that's a base hit. The run comes in from second. It's an RBI single, and it's 8-3.
Well done. Drives in the run. Well, they win the opener at home. First game of the 3-game series, and there's just such a good feeling when you're in your own ballpark. You're sleeping in your own bed. You're eating your clubhouse manager's food. Everything's right in your world, and they played like it today.
8-3 the final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon. Welcome into Busch Stadium in downtown St. Louis. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Tampa Bay Rays. And now here's the starter for St. Louis, Matthew Liberatore. What should we keep an eye on here?
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. Will also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at-bat.
Back here in St. Louis, now up for St. Louis, Jordan Walker.
Come on,
look at the stop.
come on.
Throw to first. It's there, and that's a great play. Welcome back. Here's a look at this team's early season projection. Now here's a flare off the bat. Fair ball. Now he turns and heads for second. The throw in. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Hey, whatever works, right? Doesn't have to be impressive. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Jordan Walker getting ready to hit. Grounded out his first time.
Jordan Walker.
In for a strike. 0-1. gets him to chase after that one.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
And ball one. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. On the ground to third. Zips it across. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Up next for the Cardinals, the left fielder, Law.
One down.
The batter,
Yandy
number
Diaz
2,
now.
Designated hitter, Yandy Diaz.
This one in the air right field. And a base hit. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock. Jordan Walker digs in now. He's grounded out a couple of times.
Number 18, Jordan Walker.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
Fought off foul. Go ahead run in scoring position. Nobody out. A little out front there as he swings through it.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
This one in the air. Palacios under it. Brings it in. And there's one down. First and second, 2 outs. Jonathan Aranda now at the plate. The Rays down to their final strike. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Walker on a dead sprint, racing back. Can't get there. This one lands foul.
The ball for his first career save deserves to be on display at his house. I mean, it's kind of like when a restaurant frames its first dollar bill somewhere on a wall. You just can't forget your first save.
2-0 your final here in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long. The crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute. Live from Dodger Stadium, opening day baseball on the show. It's the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. So the Los Angeles Dodgers with lofty And taking the ball for the Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Geraldo Perdomo, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. Ohtani in his 9th season, 31 years old, and a 4-time MVP, one of the faces of the league.
Outside.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, hitters aren't touching it.
That misses the zone. Full count now. Payoff pitch. That's a strikeout. Ohtani sends him packing.
Oh, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle. So I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
Jackknifes out of the way. Swing and a foul out of play. The 1-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Oh, man, just locked him up with that slider, even though it caught a lot of the zone. And I think that tells you all you need to know about what he was looking for in the box, and it clearly was not that pitch.
This is Corbin Carroll. That one finds the zone. That is strike 2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. 2 down, nobody on. Got him. Strikes out the side to begin the game. What a start. And now the Dodgers get a crack at it. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. He has, as they like to say,
let me guess, Boog, light tower power?
That's right.
Nope. That's inside.
Ripped on the ground to second. Tosses to first. And they get Ohtani for the out. Back here at Dodger Stadium, top of the second, Pavin Smith stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Right through there for a strike.
That's a ball.
That breaking ball drops in for a strike. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. So a man on base to start the inning.
2 bases. Hey.
No score here in the second. Swings through that one out in front that time. Up the middle. The throw to first. What a pick to save the play and get the first out. Here's the catcher, Gabriel Moreno.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
The Diamondbacks with a chance to score first here on opening day.
I mean, that's perfect location right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
Tapped on the ground softly to short. Run scores, but a terrific play to get the out.
Batting second, the center fielder, number 5, Alex Thomas.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Two down, bases empty, but one run across here in game one of this three-game set. Out into left center for a line drive base hit. And that extends the inning. Here's Gurriel. That one fouled off. One run across in the frame so far here at the top of the second. In there for a strike at the top of the zone. And here's a challenge. That looked like it missed to me. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. Still two challenges left for them. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Thomas, the runner at first with two gone. Good eye in that spot.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
That's outside. Ball three.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
The kick, the 3-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Payoff pitch. Struck him out swinging. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. They get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Down to the bottom of the second. It's the Diamondbacks 1 and the Dodgers nothing. This is NL West action on MLB The Show. Back here in L.A., top half of the third inning, Carlos Santana stands in now for the Diamondbacks. That one not close, and that's ball one.
That's ball two.
Got it started a little too early. Strike one. That misses.
Nope, that's a ball.
And the count is 3-1. On the ground. And Freeman, the Gold Glover, makes the play. He'll do it himself. Leadoff man retired here in the third. And the first pitch misses for ball one. That one way inside.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
That one off the mark. 3 balls and a strike. Right through there for a strike.
3-1 count, saying to himself, I've got to get a fastball here. Just spins a get-me-over breaking ball to bring the count full.
Rojas on to first. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the third. Here's Ketel Marte.
Hey. Nope.
Right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So 1, 2, 3 go the Diamondbacks, but they lead it 1-0. Here's Shohei Ohtani. Grounded out his first time up. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on-base and slugging too.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power, but then if this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very comfortable, and because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
Smith stands at first with 1 out. Outside.
0-2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
1-2. And a good eye there.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That one misses, and it's a full count. Strike 3. Got him looking on the changeup.
Clearly looking out over the plate on that outer third, and that pitch finished right down the middle, just a little bit in, and he couldn't pull the trigger.
Back here at Chavez Ravine. New inning getting started. Corbin Carroll stands in now for the Diamondbacks.
Well, these Diamondbacks showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense. You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Got him looking for the strikeout. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. Now he's challenging the called strike, and the strike call will stand. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left. Hit on the ground to short. Tosses to first. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th.
Up next for the Diamondbacks, the third baseman, Nolan.
2 down,
Arenado.
bases empty. Here's Nolan Arenado. 0 for 1 so far. Arenado measures 6 feet 2 inches, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and they traded for him earlier this year. Two down, nobody on. 99 miles per hour to finish him off. Diamondbacks down quickly, but they're on top 1-0. Back here at Dodger Stadium. Now the D-backs catcher, Gabriel Moreno.
Ball 1.
He hasn't wanted to challenge him. Both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient and take your walk here.
Ground ball left side and foul ball. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7. Ball to strike. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Goes down looking for the strikeout. Strikeout number 8.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Gurriel.
Two outs, base is empty. Next to hit for Arizona, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. He's 0 for 1. Chop back up the middle. Betts on the run, sends it over to first. Nicely done for the out. Nothing doing for Arizona. They lead it 1-0. Two outs, runner at first. Here's Ohtani.
The designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
Line drive. Flashes the leather on the running catch. And the inning is over. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. Back after this on the show. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far.
Now pitching for
New
the
pitcher
Dodgers,
on here.
number 80.
And your final 3-1. Dave Roberts and company celebrate in the dugout. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long. Opening day festivities wrapping up, and we'll be back to get this season started right after this. Hello from Petco Park in beautiful downtown San Diego. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Detroit Tigers and the San Diego Padres. And on the mound for San Diego in this one, Nick Pivetta. What's the word on him?
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
That's the ball.
Pivetta in his 8th season, 33 years old, and he was born in Canada. Good take by Torres. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Batting second, the left fielder, number 31, Riley Green.
Here's Riley Green.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
This one in the air, center field. Merrill has a beat on it. And there's one down.
Batting third, the right fielder, number 30, Kerry.
Now it's going to be Kerry Carpenter. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Now this one gets away from the catcher. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance. Man at second. Swing and a bouncer. The throw to first. That's out number 2.
Batting fourth, the first baseman, Spencer Torkelson.
Spencer Torkelson up now for the Tigers.
Here's someone, historically speaking, that prefers day games over night games. So I'm excited to see what he does in this one.
That's to third.
Get down.
In plenty of time to first, and that ends the inning. And now the Friars will get their first chance. No score. You're dialed into the show. Back to the top of the Detroit order. Next is the designated hitter, Gleyber Torres. Walked to open the ball game.
That's a ball.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. And the count is 2-0. Challenge from behind the dish here. And that one did find the strike zone. They'll keep both their challenges. Top of the third, no score. Out towards right center field. Tracks it down for the out. And that quickly 2 away.
Up next for the Tigers, the left fielder, number 31.
Back here in San Diego, start of the 6th, John Shambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Gleyber Torres. That one fouled off.
Well, these Tigers, to put it bluntly, need to put together more competitive at-bats, and I don't think they've lived up to their own expectations at the plate. They really haven't worked many deep counts or long at-bats, and that's fine if you're having a lot of success, but at this point, I think it's time to make an adjustment.
It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. him out without a swing. And K is his third of the game.
Oh, nice job right there. He struck him out twice. The pitch before looked like it was strike 3. Doesn't get the call. Bears down. Throws another quality pitch for the strikeout.
One out. Runner at second. Gleyber Torres up to hit.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
And a strike to Gleyber. Tying run at second base. And we're in the top of the 8th. Now one missed. Here's a 1-1. And there's a ball. That one misses. Ball 3.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
Swings and misses. And now 3-2. Got him looking for the strikeout.
Well, even if you don't feel great about it, you've got to swing the bat with 2 strikes in this situation. You've got the tying run out there in scoring position. Just put the ball in play. Maybe something good will happen. It just didn't look like he understood the situation.
One out man at first. Dylan Dingler up now for the Tigers. The 1-2. On the ground is short, could be 2. 1 at second. Over to first, safe.
Up next for the Tigers.
Well, an aggressive slide at second base, but it was legal. I like it because you're trying to break up the double play, and it looked like the slide impacted the throw a little bit. Nice job by the base runner.
So 2 down. Colt Keith digs in now.
Typically, the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score.
This one in the air, center field. He's got it. Ball game. The Padres take the season opener and move to 1-0.
Well, this was all about the pitching and defense. Outstanding job of the pitchers, really attacking hitters, trusting what the catcher was putting down, and trusting the players standing behind him to make the plays defensively. Sometimes you want to see a high-scoring game, but sometimes you can appreciate the artistic beauty of what these pitchers did on the mound today.